Softway Studios in Johnston proper. You are live from the path.
I am a working man, I get things done. Work for the Holy Ghost, work for the Son. I am a working man, oh yes I am. I am a special agent of the Lamb. Now I wanna
Hey.
wait your coat and
It can't be this out of control. Firing it up.
Start one.
For some reason, I have this thought in my head that instead of holding people for ransom, you held them for Ted Danson.
What?
I can't shake it. Like, for some reason, Ted Danson is involved in every ransom. And I can't get it to disconnect in my head. And it just keeps playing over and over again.
Your intrusive word association is the bane of all of our existences.
Like you have to call him in Ted Danson's voice. He's like, I got your kid.
It's
Not even remotely funny.
Here's what I'm gonna tell you. I misnamed the show. I have to try to predict, because we broadcast on the YouTube, right? Live. And so I have to try to predict what the show's going to be about. And so I
luck.
say, here's the name of the show. And then your first anecdote is about Ted Danson. And what a missed opportunity.
I'm going to pee my pants. I can't tuck it in. I don't know what's wrong with me.
All right, you're listening to Live from the Path. Thanks for hanging out. If you're Ted Danson,
This is a hyper-specific show.
if you're not, just give me like 30 seconds, okay? Go scratch your back or something. Ted.
Do people need to go away to scratch their... Keep going.
This is not for you. Anyway, Ted, we have an opportunity, like a connection type of thing. Like it's a multi-level marketing scheme kind of, but it has to do with the program. And so hit me up on the Live from the Path complaint line, 515-517-0085. You're going to have to call because otherwise I don't know it's actually you, Ted Danson, and I want to hear your voice. What the heck is going on? Anyway, that's for you, Ted.
Oh, I didn't even see us up there.
All right, you're listening to Live from the Path. Here's what we got going on. Here's what we got going on the program, probably,
Okay.
this evening. Unfortunately, most of this is centered around stuff that Mike wanted to talk about.
This is going to be a rough show.
This is some bad news. Okay, so see if I can get these right. Mike has a question, one on the story of the prodigal son. When the dad, the kid asks for his inheritance, and the dad gives it to him. And Mike's like, should we see that as descriptive, like this is just what happened in this situation, or is it prescriptive? Is this how we're supposed to? Should you help? Ultimately, it rolls up to should you help facilitate people doing something that is otherwise harmful to them, like letting this kid basically call his dad in the grave and then ask for his money.
Yeah, knowing he's going to run away with it and squander all of this inheritance.
Yeah, with reckless living.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's a question. Second item, Mike has been. Mike's found himself in some situations that seem not just youth pastorish.
Yeah, like my background is generally like hanging out with kids, teenagers, and
Couldn't tell.
they don't even know who Ted Danson is.
I don't know who that is.
And so, but like a really close friend of mine, like one of their family members has been sick, and they're coming into end of life care. And so, like I said, hey, I'd like to come over and pray, with them and stuff. And so I have. I've been stopping by and on a pretty consistent basis doing it. And like, I don't know. It's not like I can represent Jesus just about anywhere. But like I have there's no formal training that like a youth pastorish guy would go through to be like, what normally happens here? Like I just kind of like prayed for the things that I prayed for and spent time with the family and prayed for them and then talked to them for a really long time. And I thought, man, I don't even know what's supposed to happen here, because you're not praying for, I'm used to be very much on offense, praying for God to intercede in a way. And especially when it starts coming to end of life stuff, like, are we praying to help it go faster? Or are we praying for no pain? Or, some of that stuff comes with pain and like it's a known thing. And so it would be almost half foolish to pray it away. It's kind of built into the design a little bit, So anyway, it's just been interesting to walk through it a little bit. It's not generally I wouldn't call it my area of expertise. I think the heart of God is definitely available to do just about anything, but like it does help to have done a thing every once in a while, to be able to speak to it. And I know that like Dan's probably done this way more. And so I don't know, it's just kind of interesting to walk through that stuff, to be pulled in an area where like God's presence and intercession is necessary, but like I'm not well versed in it. I'm much better with a teenager in crisis or someone trying to make some life decisions or have someone who's got a rough home life. Like this is way more my area that I've been through quite a bit. But this other one is I don't know. It's been difficult. I wouldn't say difficult. I've been stretched. We'll put it that way.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk. We'll talk about that one, and maybe for everybody else in the room, you can also think about either situations like that, or there are places where just wherever Jesus has led you. Can you think of a situation where you're like, boy, I'm not quite sure. This is my first time. I remember telling that story of praying to the house where there might have been a spook in it, like a poltergeist.
Yeah.
Right? Just like things like that. You're like, yeah.
I mean, I'll go in there and say a couple things,
Yeah, right. Okay. Hello. I walked in there like Pee Wee Herman. It was creepy.
Dude, don't be talking to it like the sons of Sceva.
That's true.
It's squash.
Yeah, stop that.
Okay. Also, Dan, someone has proposed to Dan to write a letter to a church, like, Dan, tell me if I'm getting it right, but basically write a letter like the Apostle Paul would.
Yeah. Like, in about 8 weeks, it's my daughter's birthday.
Yep.
And she said, I want you to write me a letter as if you're the Apostle Paul, and you write, like, say, 1 Timothy or something, or to a church. And, wow, that's it's something she intends to keep around a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long after I'm gone, she can read. This is what First Danielle said.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
It just really hit me like, holy cow.
Yeah,
I gotta
letter
really
of
think about this. I
encouragement
can't
and
just
like continue on with what I've taught you.
Yeah.
And these are the kind of things that you might hit adversarially coming up, but like take heart and faith in the fact that like the gospel that you've been spoken to,
like
gospel
big
according to
picture,
what I know.
Spiritual.
Keep going.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Do you feel...
I'm pumped.
I might do that too.
Yeah.
I feel like
I won't write it down.
I would have a much easier time rebutting things that already exist than creating a thing. Like Mike, what's your holistic approach and encouragement to me or to a church body? And I'm like, I don't know.
Well,
That's a good one.
Interestingly, that's where a lot of Paul's brothers are that.
Yeah.
Like when he goes to write, he's like, I've heard this thing's going on.
Right.
Like he's
Yeah.
combating things.
Let
that
me
he's
respond to
heard.
this. Right. Yeah.
So he has some
Yeah.
information.
Exactly
Yeah.
right. Yeah. I've been told that you have been following or hearing the teachings of this, or this is the kind of thing that might have been lobbed against me, and I would respond in this way, and kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll talk about that. Also, is it the question, like, maybe this is in the realm of how you think about, like, spiritual growth and stuff, but I'll tease this up for you, and then you guys can, as you guys are listening, think about it when we come back to the conversation. But, so in the life of David, he's got a military leader. His name is Joab, okay? And so, like, this guy is loyal to David, but he's also like super loyal to himself. He doesn't want the throne, but he does always want military power. And so he's constantly doing things that are like kind of for David, but counter to the way David would have done it. Like, and so like he's on record of having stabbed multiple military men where David's like, yes, I can work with this guy. And like within the chapter, Joab has like stabbed him in the belly. Both of these guys that I'm thinking of, as a matter of fact.
And David's son Absalom like staged a coup against him to get David off the throne.
Yep.
And when David went back and said, "Hey, we're gonna take our throne. We're gonna get back in there. But when you capture my son Absalom, have no harm be taken to him."
Yeah.
And like, Joab killed the guy.
He made sure he was dead.
Yeah.
Well, he put 10 guys on it so you couldn't finger him specifically, but like generally speaking, right?
Yeah.
Wrong. And so the spiritual question is like, do you have a Joab in your life? Do you have a thing which is like, you keep it around, it's hard, it's bad for you. It's harming you. It doesn't like represent you to the world correctly. It doesn't allow you to pursue Jesus in the way that you should, walk in faithfully in the ways you should. But you keep it around because in some ways it actually is still providing something for you that you don't want to give up. because ultimately the actions that Joab takes are beneficial to David.
Yeah, right.
And he does not take action. He leaves it to Solomon. On his deathbed, he goes, Solomon, you need to punish Joab.
Yeah.
He did. There's a couple of guys where he just waits till he's dead, and he says, "But who does that? Who goes like, all right, I let this thing fester and taint my whole existence up until this point, and now my son can deal with it." It kind of sucks. It's a sucky thing to do, but it just makes me think like, are there things in your life where like it's a Joab? You're like, I should get rid of this, but there's something about it that still serves you that you're not willing to let go of.
Okay, got it.
You just see if you can think of one. Mike said he had 5.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
So,
They came rapid fire.
yeah,
Hate to be your son.
yeah.
I'm happy for you.
Okay, all right, and then we'll do some advice on Dear Life from the Path. Also, Casson is in studio this evening. Casson, thanks for joining us here on Live from the Path.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Okay, he's happy to be here. He's not taking in the show. He said, I've not seen the program.
So he's proven a track record of prudence.
Yeah. Yes, this is what I'm saying. He's like you guys, all of you that are going to take in the first few minutes because you're like, Casson's on. I'm going to check it out.
I wish I wouldn't have started with that Ted Danson thing.
Yeah.
It grabbed a hold of me, Ben.
No.
I couldn't shut it down.
That's number 6 is what it is.
Ted Danson's my Joab.
Number 6.
We should make that a hashtag. Do whatever we can to make that a thing. That should be a T-shirt or a hat.
Wait.
Ted Danson is my
I
Joab.
don't think we need to popularize that at all.
I am
Popularized on Live for the Path. Ted Danson is my Joab.
Okay, I am going to change the name of the show though, like for sure.
Yes. Oh, of course. Yeah.
Before the podcast release.
You can't miss out on a tagline like that. That just grabs a person.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about first, Mike. Let's talk about this this bedside manner, the situation of which you are beyond the normal measures of youth pastoring.
Yeah. So, like, obviously, like, youth pastor has its own, it has its own set of connotations and the way that it operates. It's usually pretty not formal, right? Like, it has to do with, like, normally when I would give advice to people, this goes for anybody that spends time working with youth, but, like, it's going to take years for you to become unoffendable and able to talk to kids in a way that you're not talking down to them. If you can do those two things, you will grab their attention because no one treats them that way. And so, like, you can't be easily offended, and you got to be able to be interrupted, and it's not a big deal, and it doesn't hurt your ego. And then you have to figure out how to not put on your grandpa storytelling hat and talk down to kids. You just need to talk to them at their level and straightforward and be honest with them. And so, like, this has served me pretty well. Like, God has put me in a place where, like, I think he's gifted me to be in, and so, like, it's always gone really well. But I've never done, like, big pastor things. I don't give sermons. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I teach a thing. I don't ever have a sermon, right? But very rarely do people, come up looking for me to resolve a conflict or, be part of a, like, I mean, I pray for people. I know the things that they're asking me to pray for. And I've been in a couple, 3-4 situations here recently where I've, like, gotten in between and tried to work some things out with some folks. But, like, in general, like, I teach, I bring, soda. And then we say, look, here's a place you will always be loved. And that's basically my gig. So, like, recently there's a friend of mine that their grandma was sick. And she came home to hospice at home. And I thought, man, I should go over there and pray with her. And I'm like, this is a job for a real pastor. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not Mike a thing to do, but I'm like, I love these people. And I do want to go over there and pray for them. So, like, I'll go. I'll just go over there. And so I did. And I went over and I thought, I'm going to pray for her, but I don't know what to ask God for, really. Like, because it's not a show, because I'm not a skilled hospice pastor. I don't have, like, a set of things that I would say. And so I thought, in this exact situation, what am I really asking for here? So, like, ultimately, I ended up praying for, like, peace, for her heart and peace for her thoughts, that they wouldn't be overcome by fear or of not knowing what's coming next, and that God would make her feel loved and hugged and comforted as he transitions out of this thing. But I actually didn't know how much of her own situation she knew, and so I'm like, I mean, this is the thing what I say out loud to God, but, like, am I, like, spilling the beans here? Maybe the gal is not 100% sure that she's on her way, to meeting Jesus, and I'm like, this is just, like, really stretch uncharted territory for me. And I wasn't so, like, worried about it that I, wasn't praying. Like, I prayed, and, I prayed with the family too for strength and energy for them. Because, like, caring for people that are passing away with an undetermined date, like, it's just draining. and your whole life goes on pause while you concentrate on this thing. So I prayed for all that stuff, and so it was good. And I think, I don't know exactly. I just kind of prayed and then sat and held her hand and just listened to stories of, over life and all the great things that she'd been a part of, and talked to her kids and stuff. And it was great. Like, I don't have anything that I was really against it, but then I thought, like, I still felt after like day 2, day 3, like I just kept showing back up and praying some more. And I thought, is it possible they'd have been better served by a guy that has done this before, that has like been walked through this? Cause I don't know what to expect. It's not, my area, And so I don't know, it's just real interesting to like feel God stretching in you away. And I know, like, there's always been one, if our family has a creed or something, or a thing that we live by, it's always, the foos always show up. So like, it doesn't really matter if we know what to do or we have the resources to help. We always just show up a place. Like, whatever's happening, we can always just go. At least we can at least be there. And so I thought, this applies, so I'm gonna go. This is what we're gonna do. And like, it's been interesting to me. It's been what feels like a stretch in me, because like, I don't have to have a quippy answer. I don't have to try to come up with a way to relate the thing to whatever's going on at school and why your parents are the way they are. Like, it's just completely out of my ballpark. And so I don't know. You guys been through this? I know, Dan, you said like you've been through this quite a bit.
Yeah, many times. I mean, honestly, it sounds like you did everything right. I mean, it's much more important that you're there with the right heart than that you're there with the right words.
Yeah,
and you know that. I mean, she knew that.
Yeah,
I mean, you're being part of like one of the most holy moments in our life. It's you're about to shed the tent, and go to eternity. There's no like, hey, next week we're going to talk about Ruth. I mean, it's like, are you ready? You're about to meet Jesus. You are about to open your eyes in the presence of Jesus. Are you ready for that? And then you kind of go from there. If they're like, crap, no. Then that's a conversation of, well, let's get you ready.
Yeah.
And if it's like, yeah, it's like, man, you're going to have some discomfort because that's our body. Your body's going to fight this, but your soul's about to soar. I mean, you're about to go to a place. All that pain's going to be gone. Every tear is gone. Everything. You're about to be in the presence of Jesus Christ. And that is just a holy, holy time. It is a great honor to be able to be in that position, to be able to guide someone through that. And it's a blessing to them. You know? Nothing matters anymore to them. They don't know, but there's no car payment. There's no, or if there is, they don't care. I mean, right. All the stuff, the calendar's empty. We're not talking about next Christmas. It's I'm not ready to be Jesus.
Yeah.
And you were there as a believer who understands where she is going, and to be able to say, this is great, and whatever you pray for, it doesn't, I mean, I think you're all over it. It's
an interesting thought that, like, I guess it never occurred to me that I don't think in that realm very often, because almost all the things that God has me involved with, like, are future things that I don't know how it's going to shake out, right? Like, all of youth ministry is just saying a bunch of stuff and true God things and encouraging and loving, and then go, maybe you'll figure this out when you're 30. I don't know. Like, I only get you for 3 years and then you're gone, and maybe you keep in touch, maybe you don't. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. Where, like, walking through the process of dying with somebody, like, I know what's going to happen. Like, there's a finality to it that, like, is not found anywhere in the things that God has already, like, asked me to do. So, like, I guess, like, even you saying, like, where she's going to go, like, I know that in principle. But, like, I don't know that I've ever spent any time thinking about it in practice, because it's not ever been a necessity for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's always like 40 years worth of life left, as far as I know, and most of you are going to rebel for 10. And so I'll be lucky if I see you when you're 30 and God finally said, that's enough. Come back home, son. And so, like, yeah, it's probably even more of a stretch than I'm thinking, because, like, I've put zero thought into that,
Yeah.
I do think... I think it gets to something else that we were talking about before the show started, which is like being a believer or a pastor as a role versus as a presence. So, like, I suck at weddings. Weddings are not my deal. I do them every once in a while, but, like, I won't do them just for randos, because, like, I will fail them for sure. Like, I'm only the right guy to do a wedding if you, like, really know me and you really wanted me to do it, because it was me.
Yeah.
And so, but the reality is that, like that's the pastoring part. Like that's the relationship part. I remember, and I think I told the story on the show before, but there was someone who was talking about their grandma. It was somewhere in, I think, my wife's side of the family, and their grandma was dying, and they're like, okay, well, we're gonna have the pastor do the funeral, but like we don't really want him to talk about all the Jesus stuff. I'm like, well, what the heck are you having a Christian pastor there for? Like, it's just
that's kind of what he's going to do.
Is there?
Like any rando can stand up there and go, what did you think about, Norma? And like walk you to the gravesite and sign the stuff. Like this is it's not a role. Like if you want a pastor because of what the pastor believes and what they know about your family and like that's the thing that you actually need there. And so, like, I actually feel no responsibility of being good at a role of people's perception. Like, either I'm the right guy because those two things are true, or I'm not the right guy and I don't care about that. But in your example, Mike, like, you're exactly the right guy. And actually, even what's unique to this particular situation, you're even a better guy than I am. Because of your relationship.
I've always thought this.
We have to.
We're on the same page here.
Excellent. So like in fact, this is true in our house church, and whatever, it's a small church, so like it's not crazy, but like I'm generally the second person people call. There's almost always someone that they're just like close friends with or something like that too, and so there are other people who love Jesus. They will call each other and like. They'll call me, like, I'll get it, but, like, I'm not, they don't go, oh, we need the role guy.
Yeah.
Like, they reach to their close relationships and people who love them and love Jesus, and, like, that's who matters in those types of situations. And so, it does end up getting into some awkward situations, though, because, like, depending on that thing where you're close to them and you love Jesus, they'll be like, I don't know, I called you. There's something going on around here, like, can you help? And you're like, I don't know. Because there's not a training for it. There's not a training on how to do the funeral. There's not a training on how to do. But like, I look around the room, like you guys are doing these things anyway. You're marrying people. We're burying people. Like you're showing up at bedsides. You're like handling terrible tragedies and sitting with people on the couches. Like that's the nature of loving and serving people. And like the role itself, in some ways, is almost a distraction, or also makes it feel like there's like an official way of going about it. It just isn't how the church is set up, really.
Yeah.
It's how we do it from a Western church. Actually, Eastern church does it too. But like, it's not how the New Testament thought about these people. And so, if you can go forth boldly, it's just you're gonna end up some weird spots.
Yeah. I think that comes true. Like everyone in this room has been the first time you got called when there was a car accident. Or the first time you got called and a family's, house burned down, and they're like there's always a phrase that sticks with me is people don't start talking about spiritual things unless the Spirit is moving within them. And like, I think I believe that. I haven't vetted that all the way through Scripture, every last nut and bolt, right? But generally, if they're willing to talk about God things, or they're willing to talk about whatever God's existence, like, it generally means that the Holy Spirit is bringing that to their attention, because most people who are running away from God will go as far as they can to not talk about those things. And so, like, when a tragedy happens, or when you realize all the things that you thought was going to protect you or hold value in your life had failed you, like it didn't stop any of those things from happening. But the truth is, God didn't either. Now you're asking, how does this make sense? And now you're swimming in waters where, like, you have to believe that God is good. If you don't believe he's good, then nothing that the pastor man's going to say actually matters, right? Like, if you believe God's good and his intentions are always good and he can do nothing but good, then the thing that he allowed has to have a purpose of some kind. It doesn't have to have a huge devastating meaning. It could just be that it's part of a consequence of a fallen world, right? Which almost feels like a cheap answer sometimes, but like, it's honestly the truth. We make choices and the other people make choices, and somewhere on the way, God's got to allow those choices to take root and do their things. And some things he's going to step in on and some things that he's not. But whether he steps in or doesn't step in, he is still good. Yeah. And if you don't believe that he's good in the first place, then you'll find no solace in any of those answers.
Yeah. And it reminds me, I like that story I told in the show, a couple episodes ago, where like someone had tried to was unsuccessful in harming themselves. And I went to visit, and like I did not know what to say. Yeah. I'm sure there are people who like, I understand the mind of a man who does this, and here are some things that are comforting to them, and I've done it 10, 15 times. And you're like, shouldn't someone call that guy who knows all the things? But it didn't have anything to do with that. I love this man, and I knew enough to go there and sit there, and I also knew enough to look at him and go, I don't know what to say in a situation like this. You know, I'm here with you.
Yeah.
And we prayed, and we just, you know, saying like similar. Actually, you handled yourself better than I did in that situation. And so I just think I made this conversation in some ways embolden some of you. Like, you're not the right person because you did a bunch of training. You're not the right person always because like of all the experiences you've had. I would say the first two qualifications are: do you love and trust Jesus, and do you love the people that you're going to go serve? And like, that's a start anywhere else. Where people need something more professional, they'll find it. Like, it'll get there. But like, you will do no harm in coming and like providing presents. E and CE, the CE one, not like gifts. Like, I got you some potpourri and a toy soldier. But anyway, like, it will provide.
Dude, why are you only giving 1935 gifts?
I got called in late, so I had at my disposal. Anyway,
It's what he had in his workshop.
I got you some wax seals.
all right, fine. A whoopee cushion and some mulled wine.
Hello, child. I brought you a toboggan.
Pray for snow.
Anyway, I think it's okay. And I like, whatever. There will always be time and always be other people who will do the more professional things. I think your presence is great.
I've been at so many times when you're toward the end, and they know they're toward the end, but they don't want to give up because they know they have loved ones there. And I don't know how many times I said, you know what, we've talked in front of them and stuff. They all know like we're going to miss you and we love you so much, but it's time for you to go, let go, and I'll pray. And it's kind of like, I don't know if I have this authority. I don't know. I don't know. I have anything. I'll say, God,
That's exactly what I would be thinking.
Yeah. God, I have no idea if I have any authority in this, but I'm just saying we're just releasing this spirit. And I don't know how many times I prayed that, and within an hour they're gone. And I just like, I slowly would walk away and think, I don't know if that's because I prayed or because I just could tell it was the time or what, but they were ready too.
Yeah.
It's just
You're like a Kevorkian.
Dan, I'm not calling you to my bedside anytime soon.
Hey, I've
if
been
Dan
praying
Reaper
for you.
shows up, move. I can tell.
It's a flu, Dan. Get out my house.
I've got a relatively fine cough, Dan. We can tell you're holding on for us.
I'm here to elevate things.
You can let go. We've let go of your spirit. And I'm like, no, Dan.
Dan's here to take it to the max.
I want to build off that and step back a little bit to the training from Ben. I had to set the scene a little bit. It's been a long time since I told this story, but I was a camp counselor. Well, rather, I was 10 or 11, invited with the camp counselors because my sister ran the camp. And the day before all the campers get there, the counselors go out to the local nursing home to pray with some of the people, to play some games with some of the people, but I'm 10 or 11 at the time, and I think a nursing home is hospice care. So I'm there and I'm praying. But so we're going around rooms and we're praying with some of the elderly people, and it's a good time. But I'm on a roll. Third or fourth time I'm in there and praying with these people, and I'm praying for this lady, and we've got a circle of counselors, maybe 6 or 7 of us, and I keep calling myself a counselor, but I'm definitely not. These guys are all 18, and I'm 10 or 11, and I'm praying for this lady, and she lets go of my hand. Like I said, this is my 3rd or 4th room. She lets go of my hand, and her hand's raised, and I have no idea what's going on. And I'm
gonna slap me.
I've got to stop in my tracks, and somebody else finishes the prayer, and then we leave the room, and the other counselors asked me to not pray in the next room. I was like, what? I'm on a roll. I just got done with my 4th room. What do you mean? And anyway, so the counselors told me later that I was about to get slapped because I had prayed for the 3rd or 4th time that God be with them in their final moments. In the nursing home, these guys are just there playing chess or checkers, living out their last, they got 10 years left, and I think they're all going out. I'm there praying them their last moments. Lord, if
just retired 5 years ago, son.
If it's their time, take them. Dan Reaper, that's what I'm praying about.
I saw their supper. It can't last long.
Yeah, there's no way they're being nourished in here. So,
Lord, take Walter.
Lord,
finished here.
Walter.
If you're ready to take, I don't know the sweet old lady's name, but man, she was about to slap me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
It would have been twice the story, to be honest with you, if she did succeed in slapping you.
I wish she had.
It would have been so good.
It would have been a better story for sure.
That's fantastic. Take them, Lord.
That's what
Take
I was
me
praying
where?
for. I thought hospice care and nursing homes were the
grandchildren
same.
to see.
And I just wanted to do the Lord's work. So.
So when you're 10,
I'm on
anybody over
fire.
30 is like old, you know. Like,
I mean, that's fair. That's wild to bring a 10 or 11-year-old into that situation with no instruction.
That's what I said. He said no training, and I had to tell that story.
That seems wild.
Training. But hey,
And
as
within the first couple of rooms, I feel like I'd go, hey, Casson, this is a nursing home.
Come here, buddy.
They're not, like, on the way out.
No,
They're like
were.
a few
I was pretty
exits
sure.
down the road from actually
I was-
getting off the interstate,
I was
friend.
pretty sure they were on
That's
their way out.
amazing.
I'm guessing some of those are gone now.
You're the oldest person I've ever met. You have to be on your way out.
You're on
Like,
your way out for sure. But yeah,
Didn't you just get into, like, elementary school? What are you doing?
You know, okay. So what's interesting about that is that, like, if you think, so like training is one thing, like
Setting someone up for any level of success.
Throwing them in the deep end. Here you go.
it's almost, so like here's the thing is and this is one of the risks is that when you're not a person who does it very often, you sometimes feel like you have the burden of acting like you know what to go
totally.
do. You know what I'm saying? And so like that's actually the thing I would tell you not to do. Like don't if you don't know what, like don't just know what, here's what you know. People around you are hurting. This person is in rough shape and needs peace and calm.
right.
And like there's probably decisions to be made. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's things you can pray in with every confidence. That like it was like thinking of the time when I went to see that friend of mine is that like I don't know. I probably could have said some destructive things because I literally don't know. Like it's not my thing to go.
You can
"Here's
hurt
all-"
people. Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Oh, totally.
So like in some ways, like you being around and available and caring, and even just sitting there going, "Well, I mean, how are you feeling? It's weird." Right? Like fine. Like these are fine. You don't have to posture above what you have with the experiences you have.
Sure,
like.
yeah.
That's the thing where like you're just not required to step into your perception of the role. What you should do is what you're capable of. God will give it to you.
Yeah.
He'll give you the ability to behave in those situations what is appropriate. Don't feel like you have to fit a mold. Like I'm saying, they'll find someone else to say the last rites, like whatever. Like there's other people to do it.
Yeah. I don't even know what the last rites are.
And I don't know.
Yeah.
You have the right to remain silent. You have there's Miranda.
Now kick rock,
You have the
Methuselah.
right to from now on. You are going to be silent. Something like that. I can't remember.
All right, you're listening to Live from the Path. Let's see, Dan. Okay, I'm struck by this. Write me a letter.
Oh, yeah.
Like from the Apostle Paul.
Yeah.
And so like
Are you
when
going to
you
start
hear-
with I, Paul, an apostle for the Lord Jesus Christ?
Wait, are you going to have someone else, Sylvanus, write it for you?
Ooh, maybe
Can I
so.
be your Sylvanus? This sounds like fun. I'll be your scribe.
Let's put some actual thought into that.
Like that has to be conjure up a lot of things, and so without having to answer exactly what you might put in a thing, like what's been rolling around your mind in reaction to that?
Yeah. I mean, I guess I've just because it was like a few hours ago I got this, and I was talking to my wife like, whoa, this is big. Like we got to put some thought into this and really do it, and let's put some general ideas, big picture, like some family things, some things of faith, some things of like a charge to this is the direction you should go, spiritually, and some warnings about things that are to come, in the next stages of life, and that's just kind of generically where I've been, but I want it to be a substantial, helpful advice that if I'm gone 20 years later, she can read that and go, man, this is my dad giving me something here.
Yeah.
And so, I'm setting myself up maybe for a huge failure, but I'll be gone. It won't matter, right?
I'll walk you through it, Dan. Yeah. Dan, it's
Mike,
okay to let go.
Come over and pray for me. I'll get down. There's like 2 inches of letter left, and I'll just rattle off a bunch of stuff. Just like Paul. Yeah, so I don't know. That's as far as we've gotten. We haven't like spoken, my wife and I, other than, hey, we should do something. Yeah. And that's where we're at. But
What a cool request.
oh, I love it.
I know.
I mean,
It's insightful.
yeah.
What I don't know, like other fellows in the room, when you hear a request like that, like where does your mind go to?
Yeah, I'm not the right guy. Isn't there a professional? Where's the guy?
He's going to get confused in the first chapter.
Where's the role guy?
I mean, if you follow like Paul, like I always pray for you, which is true.
Yes,
and I can say, here's some stuff I prayed for you for my whole life. You know?
Yeah, right.
And that
here's some
personal
things you've
beginning,
done
I'm
that
so
brought me
freaking
joy.
proud of you. Yeah.
Like in being your instructor and your teacher.
In hearing
These
of your faith in these things.
Exactly. Like I'm emboldened in my faith because of what I'm hearing about you.
Yeah.
And like it's interesting because like I take it two different ways because I think of like if I'm writing Style of Paul, I'm thinking I've got time left with them, and so this is my next iteration of that. Yeah. But then there's like flat out like 2 Peter style of like I'm not seeing you again. Like this is my last thing, and
pour it out
I
like
would
a drink offer.
Right. Like I would hope that you would take the example that I've tried to set you. This is the kind of thing that I think you should carry. Like that's wild. That's a really cool request. And I think I'm super interested to see what you land on.
Yeah. Well, now I need to do 2 because I have $2 that both birthdays are in January. I'm like, well, I can't do one and not the other.
Yeah.
And
that'd be wild if you gave one the toy soldier and then the other one gets the Pauline letter.
Hope you like the toy soldier.
Danielle got a letter. I got a toboggan.
My sister got an epistle and I got a toothpaste. This seems odd. That's interesting. I think that. Oh gosh, I'd want to set the record straight on some things like that. I would hope that in my last in this thing that I know they're going to be reading forever. Like one, set out just a few staples of like exactly who God is to me. Like exactly who they are to me and what I would hope would be translatable for their life as well. Like the kind of things that someone's 10, 20 years my junior that like I would hope that I could help them walk through. In my absence, they've got this. And like there's certain things that I'd just be like, if I'm not there to help them walk through this, I want them to know this truth. Like I want them to be so solid in like this is how my life is described by myself because of what I know about my father and what I know about what my father knows about me kind of stuff. And it's like, oh gosh, that's wild.
Yeah. Think about it like the words that Paul used or that the Holy Spirit inspired Paul to use, like the descriptors of who God is and how he acts continues to be the foundation of our faith 1,000, 2,000 years later, right? And so, like, the weight of that like I have to describe God accurately, and like he can't just be my ex. He has to be everybody's ex, and like this has to be his character all the time because he doesn't change. And so, like, just the thought that like when Paul was writing his letters and Peter was writing his and John, that you're like the things that you're saying can't just be how you feel right now. They have to be they have to be forever true of this is God's character because the way that we follow Jesus today is based on the way they described him as a great high priest. And you're like, I never would have thought about it as him as being a great high priest, and here's all the reasons, and it makes sense. But like if you never would have said that, I would never thought of it. You know what I'm saying? Because it was given to me. And all the words that I'd try to use in a letter are probably like half stolen from all descriptors that have already been said, so like the whole thing, just like if
I think that's okay, right?
That exists within some of the letters we have in our Bible.
Yes, and it's definitely okay, right? Like, but like the thought to me is like I guess I never considered like if God qualifies the people that he calls to write like if you felt like you can't do this because the Bible is real clear about you not adding to scripture, but like if God's like, look, I'm putting out a new edition. I want you to write a letter to America, and this is, and I want you to tell them about me. And you're like, I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to stop. Once I start, I don't know where to stop. And like, am I describing you accurately, or am I describing you accurately as a 43-year-old man that has had X experience, that like doesn't, the whole thing just feels very daunting to me. You know?
As you're speaking, I'm thinking I'm going to have to fast before this,
Oh, totally.
I want it to be, not just I wrote a few words. I'll probably have to handwrite it. I'll probably take a calligraphy class. So
You got a month, Dan.
It's January.
I need some special paper too, I guess.
Obviously, gonna have to have.
Does anybody have papyrus?
What a cool thing! Actually, what a great if like the request comes like first of all from your daughter, which is awesome, right? And then the second thought is honor. Like. What a thing to walk through just this week. Like as you go home tonight and you get up in the morning and pray, like fellas, you're like, what if this was the thing that God had been asking of you? What would you say to even your congregation, to your group of friends, right? Like write a letter to your group of friends that explains whatever, your faith or like who God is to you or who God is in general. You're like, I've never been asked to put it so succinctly. And for something that could last longer than a conversation that I couldn't fix in the next conversation.
Right.
Yeah,
Like
right,
I was
put it.
careless with my words in a way that wasn't lazy, but like thought it sounded all right at the time, only to think about it later and go, I'll correct that tomorrow. That's no good. You know, and like Paul's like, it's written, it's done, send it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a finality to that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's super.
That's
I'm-
cool.
Because you figure, I mean, 20 years after I'm gone, those words might be elevated some, so they've got to be good. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't mean like grammatically. I mean, like they've got to be true.
Yes.
They've got to be. They got to represent.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
to. They have to stand the test of time.
Yeah,
Time doesn't get to change.
Imagine 20 years from now, your grandchildren are reading that.
Holy
like
cow.
great grandchildren get to read the letter from great grandpa Dan.
Yeah, and they have to be like, now I have to explain Dan in historical context. In his day,
You got to take in and understand what he meant by weaker vessel. Okay, like his it didn't. It's a type of pottery, and
yeah. Actually, I think I'm gonna be praying on that for you,
appreciate that.
Dan. Like that's such a huge thing.
I wonder if there's any. As many times I've heard you mention this, Mike, I wonder if there's any guidance in Scripture on how to go about something like this for a reader, for us, not to necessarily rewrite as someone else, but if we were to deliver that message, I wonder if there's not guidance that exists. It's already been spoken on. That's how you usually phrase it, Mike.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that doesn't appear somewhere that we can't think of right now.
That's a good question.
like specifically how to talk to someone and encourage them and.
I think it's deeper than that. I don't think it's
Right, yeah, I guess I'm trying to flesh out
write the letter. But,
Right.
But just how to, I guess how to write to another people, to a new people, to a different people that you haven't encountered or that you've only heard of.
I mean, isn't that like the whole book of Psalms? David just writing down your words
His
of life.
stream of conscience of whining.
Well, besides that,
Mike, that literally is just your taking in any level of poetry.
I hate poetry.
Lord,
It's
Mike,
so
my
weird
neighbor.
to me. You do worship.
Dude, here's the thing. Them hospice pastors be ripping out psalms left and right, and I'm like, black.
Just sing it and you'll feel better about it. It's weird.
Okay, that did happen to me where someone was dying, someone's sister was dying, and they're like, hey,
Read Psalm 65.
yeah. So they're like, which psalm should I share with them? I'm like, oh no, oh no.
crush the skull.
139.
You want like a very intricate rendering of a psalm that I can read and then explain to you, I'm your man. Like random psalm in my back pocket that I use
Oh, gosh, that's
situationally.
great.
I am not your man.
I mean, Psalm
hysterical.
23. I guess it works. Anyhow.
She eliminated that one at the front. She's like, I know Psalm 23. Which else was? I'm like, deep cuts.
Dang it. She knows. Psalm 51.
Okay, I'll be honest with you. When I was thinking about this letter, like if I were to write a letter like Paul would, I couldn't land on anything serious. They were all like things Paul might say to his children, like, do not give your belt to Agabus. And if you want to use an optometrist, use a man named Judas. He's pretty good.
And Theophilus is not a real man.
Yeah.
Yeah. John Mark has come back to me and he's not as useless as he used to be.
You do not need a ladder to get out of your second story. I find baskets are helpful.
Also, include in your letter how to write letters to other people, because I didn't get a chance to touch on this yet.
It doesn't matter how many times you throw paper, stone still hurts.
I always survived, but it still hurt every time.
I guess Paul's letter to his kids is funny.
Ben is now going to ask AI to write another Pauline-style letter for
I know
you.
it feels like you really want to go to Rome. I'm just saying it may not be what you think.
Sometimes you want to go to Spain and God's like, no.
Yeah, it was your idea to go to Asia, never his. Turn around. You got to be in the Bible to get half them jokes.
Magi looks good in the pamphlet.
For the last time, I'm not Zeus.
Yeah. And if you could just use the word complementarian, it would eliminate a lot of things.
Be more direct in your communication about ladies.
Like if a woman just needs to be quiet because she's a chatterbox, you should just say that. Say the last part.
And to be honest with you, I just don't like long hair. I phrased it weird.
It gets natted.
It's a mess, really.
You should have seen the headdresses in my day.
And tell your mom, I didn't mean that I thought it was better if I never had a woman. I just didn't. I was young.
I was just saying I could get a lot more done.
Without someone anyway.
Of course, we turned this into, what are some sarcastic phrases you think Paul might say in a letter?
Yeah. And don't ever buy a tent from Agrippa.
Stay away from coppersmiths entirely.
Aquila. Crap. The joke was Aquila.
Yeah.
I chose the wrong guy.
Yeah. And
all right. You're listening to Life from the Path.
And I never followed Apollos. Just to be clear.
I follow Paul. I follow Peter. I follow Apollos.
No one
followed Apollos.
Yeah. In fact, he doesn't even dunk.
Apollos doth can't ball.
Make thine own tent, Apollos. Who fed you in prison? Nobody. Dude, I bet Paul was a rough dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, he writes these real nice letters, and he's like, I can't believe I let Apollos off that easy. Yeah. Ship that one. Yeah. Holy Spirit.
Can't even read chapter 5, Sylvanus. All right, you're listening to Life from the Path. I don't know. This is fun. We should all pray for Dan in this epic talk. I mean, you're in a real pickle, Dan.
I know.
This is a real epic situation you're in.
Dude, you're going to have it leather bound.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's what I was trying to say. Like, how do I do this? I don't know. I mean,
calf skin. I'll get some.
Maybe I'll get a stone cat
I
tablet.
just don't like you saying the word calfskin.
I'll get some calf skin.
Like a human cat?
Hey, why did they start making
like
notebooks?
A human calf?
There's a whole section of journals. I was in the Barnes and Noble.
Moleskin.
And it was moleskin. I'm like,
yeah.
When did we decide moleskin was like the hippest way to cover
Get
up
them
paper?
out of the yard.
I mean, really?
What?
Do you know how many moles you probably got to collect to cover one skin?
To cover one skin.
Okay, this is going to sound crass, but those bastards are pernicious. I have moles.
And I don't care about this. Murder them.
Make more moleskin.
I generally am like, whatever, all these animals probably lived on this amount of land I have before I did. I try to live at peace with them.
Except for the moles.
These, okay, I mean, I think there's 3 of them, and they can cover about 7 acres.
Oh man!
I think at first I thought there's 600 moles here. I don't think that's what's going on. I think there's 3, and I bought this liquid smoke from the old hardware store, and it's poison. It's basically poison smoke. You fire it up like a dynamite, you toss it in the hole, and you wait till you just gas them out. And like you're supposed to, see all the smoke come up in all the holes these fellows have dug in the yard. I put one. I bought 10 of them. I bought 10 of them.
I'm going to do some murdering.
I bought the equivalent of Agent Orange against these moles.
I'm going to have 18 journals when this is done.
My dearest moles.
Here's
He
what I'm
really
tell
wants
you.
a free journal. That's a lot of work for a free journal.
I smoked these fellas out all over the place. I mean, I walked all the places. I found the holes. I dug them in 2 sideways. I took them out. Okay. The next day, I go out into the backyard because, like, when these things burn down, they burn most of the way down, and then it just like leaves a little bit. Mm-hmm. This turd had kicked it back out of the hole. Not only did he survive the gas,
A gas mask.
but he came, saw the remnants of the death candle, and dug it and kicked it back out of his place like he was irritated.
Dude, the freaking moles are terrible.
Sons of Belial.
Sons of Belial. I played Fortunate Son in everything.
I've had a mole problem, and like I got my father-in-law involved, and like there's
Father-in-law
there's no guy that hates moles more than a guy that successfully beat him at his own property. And when they find out they're terrorizing someone else's property, like he straps on an ammo belt and he's over.
He's the Punisher.
Dude, he's setting, and he's retired too, so he's setting traps at like 10 in the morning. He's like, I'm gonna come back, check him at 2, and then you need to check him tomorrow at 3:30. And I'm like, oh man, my schedule is not this loose. And he's like, 3:30. I'm like, all right, check
You
him.
want these moles gone? You'll be there at 15:30 sharp.
And then I moved kind of mow, and so I avoided the mole trails for a couple times. Then finally, I'm moving them. Then I mowed it, and then I put it back. And he's like, "Who put these mole traps back?" I'm like, "Dang it!" He's like, "They'll never. The firing pin's not." And he's like, "I'm gonna do some modifications." So then he starts modifying the traps, and like we caught a couple of them, but they're still tearing my place
terrible.
up.
They're terrible. All right.
This
Hey,
conversation took a turn.
if you have mole problems, hit us up on the Live from the Path complaint line. I just want I want to sympathize with you.
I want moles, no mo.
Yeah.
No moles.
515-517-0085. Call or text. And
Hashtag
you-
Mo no Mo.
And if you could be specific, though, if I don't want you to just say, "Hey, Ben, I have a mole problem." I want you to be specific that it's lawn, like a lawn mole.
Yeah.
I don't need to know that you got 7 hairs on a bright brown sitting on your left arm.
Hey, you ever tried to burn a mole off, like a body mole, with oregano oil?
No.
Oh,
Nail clippered one off.
Yo, that's barbaric.
yeah. I
Holy
didn't know,
cow.
I didn't know it could get worse than the oregano oil burn. Guys is like, I sawed one off.
Yeah,
Butcher Seville
I
style.
just bite mine off.
you should have said, "Hi, I'm Caston. I'm a Visigoth."
So get some grub killer. That'll get rid of your moles.
Wait a minute. What happened then? Like, was it fine?
They,
Huh?
oh,
Yeah, I'm chilling now.
as far as I know.
Wild.
Some people say that
Wild story.
after murdering.
Chilling now.
Yeah, I mean that was
Mole's
10 years
dead.
ago. It was rough then, but I'm kind of at my leisure.
I got a third arm growing out my back.
I mean, I got to feed it. I claim it on my taxes. I call it Bernie.
It's a vegetarian.
Something seriously wrong with all of you.
Okay, I want the sweet greens, Mike. Okay, you're listening to Live from the Path. Sweet greens.
Anyway,
We need another question. We need a new question.
that oregano oil, it don't work. Like the
Oregano oil?
It just hurts.
yeah, somebody told me you could burn this thing off with oregano oil.
I thought you have to like freeze them.
I mean, that's how a doctor would do it. But if you got to go to
I
the
thought that was a wart.
That's a wart, yeah.
yeah, this is a
Did they do that
mole.
with moles too?
You're supposed to go and have
Flawless
them-
skin, fellas. I don't know what's up with you guys.
I put my elbow in the freezer for 6 hours.
I'm trying to get rid of this thing. Did nothing.
They're sweet greens.
I don't understand what's happening. Did I miss a part of the joke that the sweet greens thing is happening?
Pitt has turned his bowl into a talking member of his body who only demands sweet greens all the time.
He's a vegetarian.
It's a feed me Seymour situation and it only wants greens?
You're sleeping and
Let me
Pitt's
get
bowl
them
was like
greens,
sweet
Ben.
greens.
Sweet greens. Let me get them carrot tops and broccoli greens.
Carrot tops. You have the carrot. I'll take the tops.
All right.
Just a sweet.
All right, before we give out some advice, let's talk about this Joab. So the question is there something like Joab to David, something that is like it's pernicious, but you can't seem to get rid of it because it has a value to you. So I'll give you an example that we talked about yesterday. So like anger's one. Anger's a good example. Like anger can totally be your Joab. It's the thing where you're like, it's poisoning you from the inside. You're pissed at the world. You're pissed at some situation that's going on, something someone did to you, something you did to yourself, whatever, and you're mad about it, and you know you should get rid of it. But being angry also can like benefit. It serves a purpose for you. It makes you one. It's kind of an exciting emotion. It feels like you're living. Two, like you can hold on to it for the means that like I don't know what to do with injustice, and so I'm going to hold on to anger, and it somehow feels righteous to be able to do that. And so like and frankly it serves you, and it's safe. It's more safe to be angry oftentimes. Compared to being super risky to forgive or to not embrace the world in such an angry manner. Because like that defensive nature protects you in some ways of getting hurt in the same way, of being riled up in similar ways or whatever. And so like, you know, not to over spiritualize it, but as an example, anger would be one where you're like, God told you to let this thing go. It's not healthy for you or the people around you, but you're not doing it because it still serves you in some way. And you just don't, it's too risky to get rid of it. So like that'd be an example of a Joab.
Mike, you said you had 5?
Yeah, mine all came up.
List all your problems, Mike.
Mine all came up once as a package, and here you go. Here's where you can see into the mind of Mike. Mostly, I'll cut it to the quick here. The things that I thought of are all things that I am worried about giving up because I don't believe that God will replace them with something better.
Ooh.
And that's why they continue to hold.
Ooh, that's a really good, just to tie that into it, that's a really good Joab example, because like the question is like, for all that David have seen, right? Like he still relies on this man to do his dirty work, and not going, God made me promises, I trust God will keep them. I will get rid of this man because he does not represent Yahweh, and he refused to do it.
Yeah, and like, I mean, if you want some solid examples from my life, I've always known, like, the things that would fall into that category for me is like substance, like nicotine. Like I have a nicotine habit rolling most of the time, right? And like, it's not that others haven't succeeded in getting rid of it. It's not that I haven't wanted to get rid of it, but like, to my core, I use it for comfort. I use it for stress. I use it for a break when I need time to just sit and think, and like, all of it equals an avenue where I think that if it was taken away from me, those things wouldn't happen. I would not find comfort. I would not find a break. I would not find time to just spend 5.5 minutes burning a Bronson or something. You know what I'm saying? Just thinking, like finding a Sabbath rest in a day to pause and do this thing. And like, I can tell you logical reasons why, like, there's plenty of things that could replace that. But like, I think if you got down to the root of it, I can't imagine my life without it. That's what an addiction kind of looks like, is you're like, if I lost this, what then? What now? Right? Like, what are you going to use to replace it? Chewing gum? Right? Like, everything that I think of is a terrible replacement for it. Like, even the things that they're going to offer you, like, you know, chewing gum or having suckers or whatever. I'm like, what a thrift store attempt to replace the genuine article. And the genuine article is doing the job. Mm-hmm. So why would I want to get rid of it? Yeah. Right. So, but the truth is because I don't believe God's going to replace it with something better. And so I'll keep holding on to my things. Same thing's true with like, my wife will tell you this, like the thing that I'm most addicted to is convenience. Like, I don't care about food at all. I don't care what it tastes like most of the time. I don't care if it's good. I don't care about a high quality of it. I don't think, man, I could really go for X right now. Like, I have no care about food. I just want it to show up, eat it, and be gone. Like, I don't want it to take very much time out of my day. And so I don't enjoy food or sitting down for meals. So that equals, I stop at gas stations all the time. If I'm thirsty, I'll stop. If I'm hungry, I'll stop. I just want the hunger to go away so I can go on with my day and do the other things that I want to do. And so, like, it's missing a deepness of appreciation that God has created, both in the way that he provides food and like sure out convenience that like there's nothing that's stopping me from going and having exactly what I want within 5 minutes. Yeah. I'm within 5 minutes of a gas station at home or at work or anywhere I want to be. So like, I don't suffer or even stretch in a way that goes, if I want a Dr. Pepper, a Coke in a can will not do. I'm 5 minutes away of getting what I want. I'm going to go get it. Right. And so like, there's a thing in there that goes like, it's very self-serving. And if I were to just like have the stuff that's available, like, I think, what's God going to replace Dr. Pepper with? Right? Like that's just so stupid, right? Or fast chicken tenders. I could be hungry for the next 25 minutes while I drive home, or I could stop being hungry right now and still drive those 25 minutes. And then when I get home, I can start doing work, you know, like, or go play with my kids or talk to my wife. So it seems stupid to spend any amount of time on it. But like, there's a thing where God's like, look, I didn't create, if there's the thing about God's character that is increasingly true to me, is like, he doesn't do efficient. He doesn't think that way. Humans think that way. But like, he doesn't do efficient, and he also does very deep things. Like he says, if you're going to drink wine, drink good wine. If you're going to eat, if we're going to have festivals, we're going to have a lot of festivals, and you're going to save money up for them because they're not going to suck. They're going to be awesome festivals, and we're going to party for 3 days. You're not going to take a half a day at work and remember how great a harvest was. You're going to take a week off, and we're going to celebrate this harvest that showed up. And God's very intentional about that. And so actually that drives the what probably adds on to the other three is like a lack of intentionality in just about anything. I can't be held accountable to things that I don't agree to, right? So like, if I were to say, hey, I'm going to start getting up at 5:30 in the morning and reading my Bible, if I don't say that out loud and I just happen to do it, then that was a win. But if I don't happen to do it, I didn't fail at anything, so I don't have to do anything. It's serving me not to be intentional. Because then when I fail at it, I can't be held accountable to it. Yeah. And so that's true. Where then sometimes my Bible reading will just go missed. Because I was doing good God-honoring things throughout the day. And I think, well, I was doing good God-honoring things out the day. I missed the Bible reading. Not a big deal. I missed my time with God. That's not a big deal. He's not mad. And it's true, he's not mad. But I also missed that time out with God. And so like, that starts to add up after a while. And it was all because I wasn't willing to hold myself with some intentionality that says I'm setting apart time. 5:30 happens to be the best time because it doesn't conflict with anything else, right? So that's why it works. But like if I leave it up to chance or I'm not intentional about it, then I don't have to feel like I failed at it or I screwed something up.
Yeah.
And so like it's serving me. Like that way of thinking serves me in a way where I don't have to feel responsible or hold myself accountable to a thing. And so like when I said 5 things, it probably is 5 things. It's probably 10 things, honestly. But like they all come from those 3 things. Is one, I don't think I don't believe God's going to replace it with something better. And like I know that's a lie. I know him well enough to know that that's not true. And then for sure the life of convenience thing and the thing where I don't live deeply. These are all things that like God is trying to stretch in me. And like I know this because we talked about it a little bit at church on Sunday, and it's been living in the back of my mind today. And then somewhere around like noon or something, like that the verse for the tithing thing came into my head, and it's like, test me on this. You don't think I'll replace it with something better? Test me on it. I'm like, boy, did he throw a gauntlet now? Because now I'm going to be like, no, I'm not going to test you on it. Or like, do what he said. Test him on it. Give up all the things, and let's see what he replaces him with. And like, wouldn't that be a cool thing to see? The thing that I'm most afraid of, and the thing that I don't want to let go because I don't trust him to do it. He goes, test me on it. Throw it out there, and then watch what I do. And I'm like, now I have to do it. Now I'm like wishing Ben never would have brought up that stupid Joab thing, because now I'm gearing up to have to dump a bunch of stuff that I don't trust him to fix.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's, whatever. You guys, you don't have to share, like everybody doesn't have to share something. It's just something to think about. Like, and I think especially in the context, I think maybe Casson was talking before we started the show, like in the context of spiritual growth, like it's a question to ask yourself, because like some things are easy. You should stop murdering. You should stop looking at porn. You should stop like mistreating people around you. Okay, fine. But like a lot of the things that are blocking your ability to walk faithfully with Jesus and enjoy it are the things that in some ways will feel a little bit righteous. And the anger is a really good example, because like you could easily go, look, I'm angry because there's injustice. Oh, okay. But like, what did you just stopped at the anger part. Like you didn't actually do it. You felt righteous about the feeling, and then you got risky about letting it go and forgiving somebody so you could get hurt again. Like I get it, but there's a reason Jesus gets at these types of things, and they're just harder to find. And so if you're just looking for the obvious things that are going to fall on the Catholic list, like the 7, I mean, okay, you're like, I think I'm feeling pretty good about this, but like we're actually more likely to start to be consumed by these types of things. And you're going to find that your growth spiritually is going to stagnate, because it's like you've got weights on your legs, and it's these types of things.
Yeah.
I feel like you're brewing something.
I am. I don't know. So it's an interesting thing, because like my food has always been my deal, right? Like I've always been a big guy. You guys have known me for half my life by this point in time, some of you more. I am not at the level that I once was. Like I'm not catastrophically addicted to food like I once was. Like I used to not be able to go, I think I've talked about it on the show before, I would not go 5 minutes without thinking about fast food. Like I couldn't leave this studio without stopping and getting fast food from multiple places on the way home. And like I don't do that anymore. I haven't eaten fast food. As a matter of fact, Mike, you're the only reason I've eaten fast food in the last 9 months.
Did you eat it?
I did. I couldn't handle it.
Okay.
I was so mad. Mike. I wasn't mad at you. I was mad at me.
Quick sidebar. Boova had surgery, and I went to visit him in the hospital, and like I forgot that he was not eating fast food, so I brought him a Baconator from the Wendy's, and I'm like, that hospital food's gotta suck. This would be awesome. But he's like, I don't eat fast food no more. I'm like, I'm a temptress.
No, as a matter of fact, I'm going to call you out in front of that, because I said, Mike, I don't eat fast food anymore. You go, well, you didn't buy it. And I went, no, man, like I don't eat fast food at all anymore. And he's like, well, it's not that big of a deal.
It's surgery day. I
know. That's exactly right. And then you left it in my hospital room. And then at 10 o'clock at night, I scarfed the whole thing down, and it was cold and gross. And I was like, I hate this. I'm so mad that I did this. I was so mad. Not at you. I was mad at myself, because I should have just thrown it away. Anyway, Like it doesn't have a lot of hold over me the way that it once did, but it still has a stupid amount of hold. Yeah. Like if I'm looking at my life categorized as one that is like bought for a price by Christ, right? Like I have been redeemed and restored, and my life is supposed to look like it's being sanctified, and I'm walking closer to my Father than ever before. One of the places that this has not permeated into is this space. And like, it's not as bad as it once was, which is enough for me to go, well, I mean, okay.
Yeah, this is probably all right.
I'm not as bad as I used to be. Like I used to go to Chinese buffets by myself, and like I would eat them in shame, and I would feel bad if someone noticed me. Like literally, it used to be rough. Nowadays, I'm like, okay, I probably ate a little more than I should have. Or I went to the gas station and ate some food at a gas station. When it wasn't like in between meals, I got 8,000 calories. It was like I was hungry and stopped at a gas station for a meal versus going home and cooking. The problem is it is very much so that like it is a lack of legitimate control. Mm-hmm. Like it is a lack of legitimate control over this thing. And it is undoubtedly something that God has tried to call out of me. And I've said no. Yeah. I have flat out said no. I've gone, it's not as bad as it once was, so I'm going to make up excuses in this, and I'm going to be fine with this. But like when I'm at my lowest, the thing I turn to is food. Like before I run to my God, I run to the comfort of the food relationship I have. And I make concessions for it the way that it exists. And it hit me like a ton of bricks within the last few weeks that like I find myself teaching about my Father to people that are like struggling all the time. Like I find myself in those positions, and I don't feel right about what I'm talking about sometimes because this is in the back of my head. Like I don't feel right, and I feel hypocritical, not to the point where like I would go, I'm a sinful person. Like, yeah, I get that, and I'm never not going to be, but this feels like downright a rebellion. Like this feels like God said it's gone, and I went, no, it's not. God said, this is out of the way. I don't want this anymore because it's stopping us. And I just go, yeah, but like, I love it. And I'm going to keep this thing in. And so like, it is a Joab thing for me because like, it stops me from going off deep ends at times. Like way more than I'll run to God when things are bad. I'll run to food, and it's enough to take an edge off. And then I can look at life normally again and things are fine. I'll run to a store and get food that I shouldn't get, whatever that looks like. It's not as bad as it was. And so I say it's fine, but it flat out is it's an idol. It is like, I run to this before I run to my Father, and that is unacceptable. Mm-hmm. It is unacceptable to be in the space that I'm in, to be in the position that I'm in, to be in the place where like there are people who look up to me and hold me responsible in certain ways, rightfully so. There's a communal failure in my like hitting rock bottom again. Like there are people that I'm responsible for now. And it's a problem. And so I don't know. I think I was reading 1 Peter like last week or the week before, and there was something, and I can't remember the specific scripture. I'll try and figure it out. But like there was something in it that goes like, if I'm literally supposed to be living like a living stone of the temple that makes up God's house, and like I'm supposed to look this way and transformed by his Spirit and what he's done for me, and I'm supposed to no longer look like I used to. This sure still looks like old Buva. Like this sure still looks like what I looked like 10 years ago. And like I may not be 270 pounds heavier like I once was, but someone could very easily look at me and go, that guy's the one who says that he's following Christ. Like he has no control over this. It's a 400-pound man that obviously has no control over this. And they'd be right. They would flat out be right. I would go, yeah, that's true. That's a true statement.
Still got me.
I got no control here. I got no legitimate semblance of control, and this is something that I'm being flat out disobedient about, and it is incredibly problematic.
Yeah, I like the run of it is to go. Are the things where you're like, God, I'm going to solve this my way. The feeling that whatever the feeling that I have, and like. It's not like it's not fine to like the feeling is the feeling, like the urge is the urge. Like you're going to have these types of things. It's the question is like, what are you reaching for? And I'm actually not even part. I think a lot of I've heard like I go to God alone. I mean, God did provide you community. You can take solace in the sunrise. Like these
totally,
are-
yeah, right.
The things that God has created are perfectly fine as means of which to otherwise get yourself centered.
Sure.
But that what is not that is the 3 hot dogs for $2 at the gas station.
right.
It's not pornography because you don't know how to handle the marriage problems you're having. You're feeling lonely today. It's not anger. It's not like those are the types of things where like it goes, I don't know how to solve this. And I don't, it's probably back to a God trust thing or like a does God care thing or like how might he even do something like help me with this type of thing. I actually do feel like there was, what was I trying to give up? I think it was caffeine or something like that. And it's so silly. But like, I think the first 3 or 4 days, I actually felt a little bit lost on what to do with something so simple as an urge is like, hey man, I'd like a soda. I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't have a soda. I like walking around my living room like someone took away my whole existence for something that means nothing to me.
Right, exactly.
Right, but you felt it tangibly, and so like it's not that I. And I think what you're talking about will attest to this. It's not like this is not a serious thing. It's not nothing to have that type of. We talk about it as a temptation, but like a lot of times it's a consolation. It's a like I got a thing in my guts and I don't know quite what to do with it,
right.
or how to resolve it, or have it not feel so strong. And so you reach for things that help calm it, resolve. You rip a heater, you find something to heat or something. Or you just get the feeling to go away. Like that's most of what people are doing. They're not just going like, I carnally want to fulfill all my desires. Like they're trying to ease something.
Yeah, sure.
That's on them. And so it's not that it's not serious. It's not that it's not of consequence, and not that it's not difficult. It's just that like when you reach for the thing that quells it, that isn't where if it's not coming from the Prince of Peace, what the heck is it coming from?
Exactly
it's coming
right.
from a piece of pepperoni.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, like God has given me the pattern to be.
2 points.
He had that one stored up.
He
for a
really
while,
did.
I think.
He's held that one
I
since
hope
2016.
Uva brings this up today.
Yeah, like God gave me hunger cues. It's okay to eat.
Yeah.
Like it's perfectly fine. I rarely ever do I go, man, I'm having a rough day. You know what I need? I need a chicken salad. I'm going to have a chicken salad is what I'm going to have. I go,
broccoli
Mike, can you
pieces.
please show up with the Baconator? Can you shoot it directly in my IV? It's freaking ridiculous, man. Like, I'll just go, like, I'll get jitters. I'll get angry, like, when something stops me from, like, when I get one-track minded about it, I'm upset if something gets in the way. Yeah. And it's the dumbest things. Freaking, it's 97 cents for a small thing of, like, cheese bites from a Walmart. They're gross. They are disgusting and are probably giving me cancer. Yeah. But, like, I get pissed if they shut down the kitchen section early. Because, like, when I get my harebrained idea of, like, I'm going to spend that 97 cents on that, like,
It's already committed.
And here's the deal. Here's the crazy. It's like 3.5 ounces of cheese bites. Like, it's not enough that I'm like, I'm really going to die because of these today. But, I mean, it's stupid. Yeah. But I just go, I want this. Like, nothing is going to stop me from getting this thing. And that's when I realize I'm like, oh, this has way more power over me than it should.
Yeah.
And, like, I think it's a thing that's fine to keep around because I go, it's not as bad as it used to be, or I still have hunger cues. A guy's got to eat, but never once do I go.
What's a 97-cent cheese bite compared to 3 stops at a Wendy's, a Culver's, and a Bebop's?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's nothing. It's a freaking drop in the bucket. I used to be like morbidly obese, couldn't move around, was on my deathbed most of the time, sicker than a dog. Nowadays, I'm healthier than I've ever been. But it's still not. It's a half measure.
Yeah.
It's like I went and did. Oh, this is what Buva can pull off. I've not once went. God, I want you to own this.
Okay.
I want you to own this and take it from me.
Okay, that's a super relevant from a Joab perspective because like when Joab the first time he stabs the dude in the belly, David's trying to find a way to wreck it to allow him to be king over both North and South. He's the king of the South. And there's like a 7-year time frame before he's the king of the North, and he tries to make a pact with Ishbosheth's dude to help kind of bring everybody in line. And Joab finds out about it and stabs the guy in the belly, and everybody knows this was wrong, and everybody knows Joab did it. And David goes, "I cursed his family." He didn't like he should have been punished. He should have been put to death. He should have been relieved of his position. And David does the half measure. He goes, "I call Yahweh's curses on you."
Yeah, like, you silly man.
Yeah. And so, like, it's the same, like, did he do something? Yeah. But did he do the righteous thing?
Did you
that should
clear
get done?
out what should have been done? No.
Yes, that's right. He did not.
And that's exactly where I'm at. I've done the half measure that went on Boova's effort. I can get to 400. I've lost 270 pounds, and like I said, I'm healthier than I've ever been. But I sure ain't a poster boy for health, and I'm certainly not showing off like I'm trying to stick around for my wife and for my daughter. Like, I'm sure not showing up like I don't go to that stuff for comfort. Like, God has given me good things to go to, and it's not this. And he's flat out called this out, and I think the half measure is fine, and it's absolute horse crap.
Yeah. All right.
I think mine's a little more hidden.
Yeah.
Maybe culturally acceptable.
Yeah.
It was really when you were talking, it kind of like that's what I was trying. I couldn't think of anything. Because we blind ourselves. I mean, not because I'm not good. I just we justify everything. I pretty much got my life together, and I don't know what's wrong with you guys. But honestly, like I don't rest well.
Yeah, sure.
Because I think and it's not that I think I'm Superman or that I'm the only one who can do things, but I sure act like it.
Yeah.
You know, I want, and part of it is because I want to do everything. I love everything. I love life. I love ministry. I love kingdom work, and I want to do it all, and I want to do it every day. And I don't want to stop. I don't take vacations. I don't take days off. I don't, and it's really unbiblical.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But I think, but it's for good. It's for God.
That's right.
Right.
I'm doing God's stuff.
It's accomplishing the ends that God wanted, and so
so therefore I'm exempt.
Yeah. Yep.
From Shabbat.
I think I want to go opposite that a bit and say that my Joab is that I'm satiated, that I'm content. To build a little bit off yours too, is that for a long time, for the last 7-8 years, I've been content. I haven't been focused on growth. I've been gifted. I know, Buva, you talked about no as an answer to a prayer, but I've been gifted a lot of yeses. I've had a lot of prayers answered and equipped to go out and do God's work. But I was content that I was just okay with where I was at. I didn't need to grow. I was accomplishing what I needed to do, and I was satiated. I didn't need anything else, and I was just refusing the opportunities he was giving me, even when he was answering those prayers and giving me everything I needed to go forward and to make the next move, to step forward into his light, into his mission. And I was just choosing, this is really comfortable. I like where I'm at. I like what I have earthly. I like what I'm getting. I like what I'm on track for. And so that was a really, really hard thing to step into and give up and kind of give to God.
Sure. Yeah.
And it's got the same thing to it, which is like there's a risk on whatever the thing that provides you comfort, whether it's stability or whether it's it's motion. Or whether it's food or whether like heaters or like whatever it is, like
why felt like a weird de-escalating thing that went down.
Always a joke to you guys.
I like the way he put it earlier, though, that you were scared that what you would give up wouldn't be replaced.
It
wouldn't be replaced by something better.
Totally.
Replaced by something good and godly.
Your comical sins.
So,
Well, no, I think there's something about looking at this perspective and going like, it is a trust thing. Like it is flat out a trust thing going like, this seems to be working. And there's just this part of my mind that says, yeah, but let's not put this one to the test.
Let's not mess this up.
Like let's not push this one on this. Cause like God, this is a space that I've kind of got a handle on, or whatever we consider to be a handle on it, when it's absolutely not. And like we go, all right, God, we've got this one. Like we don't need to open this one up to you. And he's like, no, I want everyone. I want all of it. I want every bit of it. I want every bit of your life. I want every door open to me. I want to inhabit every space in this. And like, I want your whole life to be permeating that you are my child, and like my light shines out and in. Like,
because his question is like my question will be, God, can I be your son, and will you love me? And can I also be a smoker? And he's like, sure, but why would you want to be?
Right.
Can I be your son and do all the things that you ask me, and will you still love me if I continue to be a healthy eater? And he's like, sure, but why would you want to be? Why would you want to do any of those things? Dan's like, can I work all the time? God's like, sure, but why would you want to? Let me show you what this looks like, how I designed it to be.
Just a little bit off the mark from what I want for you.
Yes, you're trying to make caveats for our relationship, and God's like, relationship covered. I'm inviting you to freedom, and you're saying, do I have to go?
Yeah, it almost is like if you think of, so Adam and Eve get booted out of the garden because they wanted wisdom for themselves. God wanted to give them wisdom.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to be the provider of you wisdom. You took it on your own.
We could take it for ourselves.
Yes. Yeah. Now look at Solomon. Look at his reaction to Solomon. In all his fallibilities in the future, Solomon asks for. He goes, I want your wisdom, Yahweh. It's the thing he gets right.
Yep.
Right. And so
I think one of the only things.
right, it goes downhill after that. But when he asked for God's wisdom, God provided him all the other things that went with it. Right, like he got the riches and he got all the things around him. And so then, if I think about it, what am I keeping off the table? Where it's like, Yahweh, I take all of your wisdom, except for I'm not interested in your opinion and wisdom as to whether I should eat this whole plate of brownies or not, or whether it's okay to say I get better, I have better relationships with my wife when I take sexual satisfaction looking at other things, or I don't really want to listen to your whether I feel it's right to be angry about this thing, and so I'm not asking for your wisdom here. And so like there's all these places where like the very thing that creates the blessing from Yahweh, which is like I just want to delight in your wisdom and my whole life is open to it. The question is like, what did you carve out and go, I know I should have gotten rid of Joab, but he's pretty effective for me in these situations, and so I think I'm going to hold on to it and not do it how you would have me do it.
Yeah.
And then we'll see how that works out. It does not.
Yeah.
Right. It goes poorly.
It goes poorly. You're listening to Live from the Path. Thanks for hanging out with us today. But we were going to talk about God said no to a prayer.
Yeah.
Are you free next show?
I can try to be. Yeah.
Maybe. Well, it's at some point in the future.
Yeah. We'll talk about it.
Okay. Mike, let's do some advice then.
Okay. Dear Live from the Path. My daughter is asking me to apologize to her boyfriend, quotes Harry, for yelling at him when I was helping them move 6 years ago. Joab much? I had traveled 250 miles to help. The day of the move, Harry didn't take the day off work, so he wasn't there to help. They had a second floor unit with no elevator. When he finally did show up, he proceeded to slow walk, taking out the recycling stuff. At the new place, Harry helped somewhat, but when the food was delivered, rather than continue to help, he decided to sit down and eat while the other two helpers and I continued moving stuff in. This was 10 hours into the move. That's when I lost it. I yelled at him for not helping more. All he had done in his relationship with my daughter was go to work, come home, and play video games. He didn't help around the house or show any interest in helping with their son. Over the last few years, Harry has changed somewhat in helping with his son, but my daughter now... Sorry.
Oh, no.
But my daughter now feels stuck in the middle and wants me to apologize to him for yelling. I have made no disparaging remarks about him since. I even liked some of his posts on Facebook. I haven't gotten over it, but it seems Harry I have gotten over it, but it seems Harry hasn't. I told my daughter he needs professional help. The last time I visited, he stayed in a hotel for the weekend. My son says it should be an apology going both ways and should come from Harry first. What do you think?
Okay, I'm gonna give the simple part, and then we can probably talk about the rest.
Yeah.
If you were in the wrong, you should apologize for the thing you were in the wrong about, regardless of whether he does so or not.
Right.
I just like square the situation to any extent that you were wrong. I'll give you an example. In fact, I owe an apology today. I was in my house and my wife was talking to my kids, and one of them walked away and picked up their phone and started looking at it. And I raised my voice. And I was more like, the reason I raised my voice, like she shouldn't have done that. But the reason I raised my voice about it is like, this is a kid who just cannot read the room. And like, this is the phone thing is a constant problem anyway. And this is like the triple wrong time to do it. And so like, it was stupid. It was a stupid thing to do. Okay. But I'd overreacted at least slightly. The thing I was saying was right. I went from like 0 to 6 when I probably should have gone 0 to 3. And so anyway, I need to apologize to her, not because I was wrong in the content or that she was not mistaken. She very well was. I just overreacted a little.
Sure.
And so I owe an apology, regardless of the fact that she was also wrong. And so I submit that to the extent if you lost control of yourself or should have handled it differently, it's perfectly fine to say that. And I think you should apologize where it's appropriate. Don't hinge it on someone else. Either you owe the apology or you don't.
That's fair.
And so I would start there, and then you can talk about, like, there's all kinds of other rickety things about this particular situation. But like, at its core, if you owe an apology, and you know you do, then you should just go do it.
Yeah, this guy seems like a real buffoon in many ways.
Like a buffoon.
Like absolute buffoon in a lot of ways. I'm glad he's doing better. That seems to be a happy deal. It seems weird that like 6 years later, this is the only thing. I don't know if I would ever be in a place where like I'm not willing to stay in the house where my girlfriend's or potentially wife's mother is coming in because she yelled at me 6 years ago.
Yeah, that's weird.
So I wonder if more is complicated the situation. But still, totally fair. Yeah, you should apologize for yelling at the dude. It sounded like there was all of the things to make you be stressed and angry. It doesn't mean you need to yell at the guy. Like it could have been something you had a conversation about afterwards. Be like, hey, like we're all still working and you're eating. Care to comment on that?
Now, here's the thing. I did think, though, like regardless of whether you think he's wrong, when the food arrived, I mean, you could also stop and eat.
That's also what I was thinking too. Is hey, you should just sit down and eat some pizza too. See what Harry does.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that he would have just been like, "Cool, guess the move's over, guys," and he would have never gotten up. But yeah,
I think the mom needs to apologize to the boyfriend for not yelling at him for having sex with her daughter without marriage and having children.
Yeah, we're on
And
the
then
wrong
yelling
track here.
again because he's a lousy slackard. And yelling at her for having such poor choices.
Yeah.
She has a lot of yelling to do.
Yeah.
That's true.
Dan's coming in with the other end. He goes, "You should never have stopped yelling."
Yeah, I'd still be yelling.
You invested in the wrong thing, really. It's like if you're going to be righteously
if I'm
angry.
going to be angry about it, I don't give a crap about this moving situation.
Yeah.
Harry, you suck as a human, and this is just one outlet of that.
Yeah, it is a little rough to like, you're helping them move in together. They already had a kid at the time. The guy seems like a real pansy. And 6 years later, they still ain't married. And
That's what it seemed like.
He's still holding on to this
And he's a
situation.
worse loser.
And he's a little bit better now because he does something better, like helps take care of the kid, it sounds like, when the kid's potentially 6 or 7 now, and there's a lot less to do. Just being honest about the situation, like it's not diapers and holding on to the kid 24/7 like it was when they were a baby.
Yeah. It's just forks and outlets now.
Yeah.
Just forks and outlets now. Mike, when are you writing a book on parenting? I'm super excited for that one. Chapter 4. It's forks and outlets from here on.
I'm going to tell you right now, there's zero parts of the way this household is running that makes any sense to me.
Yeah, agreed. It seems odd at all counts.
When someone that I'm mad at from 6 years ago says, "Hey, I'm going to fly into town. Can I stay at your place?" And my answer goes, "Sure, but I'm not going to be there."
I'm going to pay for a hotel.
Right. If you're going to fork out the money for the hotel, send mom there.
Yeah, I'd be like, how about I stay at home and you stay at a hotel?
Right, that seems weird.
Yeah. I mean,
He's probably cheating on her at the hotel.
This makes zero sense at all.
With Fortnite.
Also, like when she was describing him at the move, he's like, he's one of the helpers. I'm like, it's his freaking house.
Right.
He's not a
You're
helper.
not a helper. He didn't take the day off.
It's his stuff. Most people who know they're inconveniencing other people to have him move, they're like, we got all the stuff we could in our Volvo and our station wagon, and we made 10 trips already. We need help with the couches and the heavy stuff.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. She traveled 250 miles to help with this move.
The thing is like
people.
you don't get to bring that up when you offered to do it.
Yeah.
Right. Like it doesn't matter if you're 250 miles in, right? Like if that was going to be a point of contention for you, you never should have made the trip. Yeah. But as soon as you did make the trip, you don't ever get to bring it up again.
Yeah. You're doing conditional generosity.
It's exactly right. So like what would be nice is to be able to find a nice clean line where you can hang a black hat on one of these people. And I'm telling you, all three of them ain't got a lick of sense, morality, or smell of Jesus among any of them. All of them are acting like complete apes. And like if they can, the best thing you can do is not get involved. Let them fight it amongst themselves. Because eventually the big ape will win. But until then, unless they're willing to either repent and change the way that they look at humanity and themselves, this pattern will continue. And all you've done is made yourself sorry for getting involved.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, dang, this one isn't cut and dry. They're all rough.
Yeah.
Except for the kid. The kid sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope the kid's doing all right.
6-year-old's all right.
The kid's a biter.
I'm hoping to...
Dang it. Ben, why'd you have to ruin this for me?
Sorry.
I was super excited about this kiddo. I thought they were just doing right.
Maybe the kid's Joab is biting. Why don't you calm down? Everybody's got one.
He bit a cat, second floor.
Wow.
Bit a cat on the second floor.
Okay. Anybody else want to throw in? Otherwise, we're doing secular's advice.
Casson?
I don't think I have any fatherly advice from this end.
I'm very interested to hear what secular has to say to this one.
Okay. The question was, what do you think?
I love the way they had like that.
And the answer is, face it, your daughter's boyfriend is an overgrown child. Count your blessings that she isn't married to him. Oh, yeah, that's the big hang-up. Yeah.
Be happy that she's just giving him free sex.
Right.
Yeah, great.
That seems like a weird
Brought a
thing to
kid
hold
into
on
the
to.
world. They share bills and responsibilities, but good thing they're not married.
Good thing they're not married, because then it would be a little bit more awkward of a tax situation for when they had to cut off this non-marriage, just legal paperwork.
What's wrong with you, secular? Someone has to be an adult, and I'm voting for you to fill that role by taking the first step. Hold your nose and apologize to Harry, if
Hold
only
your
for your
nose.
daughter's sake. Yeah, actually, that's probably the best advice. Make an apology you don't mean. We'll see how long that treaty lasts. This is the worst advice
Harry,
I've ever
I'm
heard.
sorry you sucked 6 years ago.
Jeez.
I would, like, realistically, would you go to the guy and go, I said something 6 years ago that seems to be really sticking with you, and whatever it is that I said at the time, even if I meant it, if I lost my temper, I apologize for that. It wasn't anything that should actually still be hanging around 6 years, so I apologize.
Sure.
And then whatever. I also think it's perfectly fine, and as long as we're being honest with each other, you can have an opinion if you want to. You risk the relationships. It's up to you whether you think like it's going to be effective or whether you think they're of consequence to say these things or not. So I'm not saying you actually can't say a hard thing if you want to. I'm just saying, like, whatever. If this is the barrier to the conversation, it costs you almost nothing.
Yeah, right.
And if it's true, then do it. If it's not true, then don't do it.
Yeah.
For the record, though, I am going to remember several insults that Mike has delivered to me in 6 years. So
No, what'll happen is they'll eventually pile on so much that you just lose track of most
no,
of them.
I've got them written down. It'll be okay.
Kazan, as someone who was insulted by Mike much further than 6 years ago, just throw the papers away.
That's the
I
old.
didn't really write them down.
That's the old
I know.
me.
I just
I spent the first 5 years of this show them telling me my shirts look like curtains.
Okay.
Dan, your shirts did look like curtains.
But those were insults.
They were insults, and then you started showing up in black sweatshirts, and it all got fixed.
Listen to me, boys. Insults turn around in the light of day to be very true, and you're like, these are just truths that were being
Really?
told.
Mike
to me.
had me saved in his phone up until recently as Fart in the Wind. That was my contact name in his phone, was Fart in the Wind. He also made me so mad one time, I legitimately almost threw a table at him.
Yeah, I can understand.
Yeah.
I'm a little scared to know what my name is. I would hope it's just my name.
I just started leaving the C off your name in my phone.
He did call me Asin today.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I played it off as an autocorrect problem.
yeah, there was a quick Cassin afterward, but no, it's usually just Asin.
Okay, ready?
Well,
Here's
hold on. Just for clarification, within the last 18 months, Dan has come into this show with a pair of pants that had peppers on it.
You got pepper pants? Hey, that's very
Don't
grandpa
act like
of
you
you.
don't learn no lessons, Dan.
Which ones?
You showed up with pajama pants?
Or it was something of the ilk, of which reminded
If
me
you're
of
not a
pepper pants.
line cook at a Chi-Chi's, you have no right to have peppers on your pants.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's what I'd say too, Dan.
Okay, I might have mistaken them for some, but they were, first of all, they were certainly some sort of leisure pants.
And they were loud.
Yeah.
And if you'd put a billfold in them, they would have fallen to his knees. Do you know what I'm
Dan
saying?
shows
Like,
up, Sasquatch,
Hey guys, what's a
jammy
nosy
pants.
pepper do? Gets jalapeno business.
jalapeno business. Carrot tops.
I'm just saying, Dan, like, you know it when you buy this loud clothing.
I've never wore a last thing in my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Mike. Don't look at me
Dude,
like that.
Cassin's never met a clothing in
fact,
earth tones.
Hold on a minute. I also remember probably, was it 2 or 3 years, maybe it was 2 years ago, Dan, you were at some sort of convention and you intentionally purchased some sort of loud shirt.
Yeah.
So because it was driving conversation.
I did
That's
it
true,
again
you
this
have
last
worn-
week. I was in Atlanta. I had more conversations.
Okay, then. I don't want to hear any of this business.
Yeah.
Curtains, couches, loud
That's
Hawaiian.
true. I'll also never forget the Secular of Solomon, where Dan given a country of origin, Dan boldly goes forward and goes, Secular, Epcot Center.
It's got them all.
We're like, Dan,
Wrong.
Dan, come on.
Hey, this justification makes way more sense to me on the second time around, and I think Dan should be awarded points.
So,
All right, Mike, give
that makes me the winner.
you can take him out of my pool.
Okay, this one isn't funny like I was hoping. Ready?
Oh.
oh no.
They're live from the path.
You can skip it.
Should parents be allowed to send birthday invitations to school if only select students are the recipients of the invitation? I'm the parent.
Sorry. This wasn't funny.
Yeah,
My
this
bad.
is where the heart tugger comes
Okay,
in.
sorry.
I'm the parent of a very special needs pre-K child.
Oh, no.
Daily, I feel the heartache of her challenges and her desire for connection with others. On the parent Facebook group, someone recently posted about their daughter's birthday. It said those who received an invite should text the cell phone number listed for a change of plans. We never received an invite.
Mm-hmm.
Were we the only ones excluded? If I'm honest, my emotions may be particularly fragile when it comes to my daughter and inclusion.
They are.
I do think people should be able to invite only their friends. However, it seems to me that the discretion on the part of the parent who is hosting would be more polite and kind. Parents should make a point to know their child's friends' parents' contact information. Do you have an opinion?
So the real crux of the thing, from this person's perspective, isn't that you could invite individuals. You don't have to invite everybody. It's really the Facebook post that had to draw attention to these invitations that then exposed the fact that not everyone was invited.
Yeah, that her special needs child wasn't invited.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kid didn't read it. The kid's in the same situation regardless. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed. This is an emotion that you're feeling in this, and understandably, like I won't deny that. Like it's understandable that you're feeling this thing, especially in the space where you are very cognizant of the kind of things that your daughter, you hope for her to get, but she's not. Totally makes sense. You can feel the feelings, but without pushing further. Like you can go, man, this kind of stinks. I really wish Delilah was, invited. I really wish she had this. But you don't need to go any further and then make everyone change the way that they did that on the Facebook group.
Yeah,
that stinks for you, undoubtedly. But
but like the parent sponsoring the party should have contacted the people she invited, not publicly said, "Hey, everyone."
Oh, undoubtedly,
knowing
they
half
could
of
have
you are
done
not
it a different way.
invited.
Hold on, that's true of everything on Facebook.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
Literally should have just told the people that care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll stop posting.
I just can't imagine doing that.
This is why I've been off the Facebook for
If
years.
you've changed
'cause
your
Mike's
ways,
just
I'll
rude.
unblock you.
Hey, everybody, I bought a trip to Hawaii, too. Could you give me a call?
Hey, everybody. I know I'm having that super sweet bowling party next Friday. If you got the invite, reply to this message.
We changed the time.
Everyone who didn't need not comment.
Yeah, like it is, like maybe it's just a quick lesson to like teach your kids how to look outwards, right? Even when things are about you, right? So like obviously the party's about you, but like full well what it feels like to not get invited to a thing or feel like you're excluded. So like if you're smart about it, like you can get your kids to make a game out of it. You're like, look, we don't want to hurt people's feelings, but like the most convenient time to run into all your friends is at the school. So like hand them out, but do it on the sly. Be like, hey, this is an invitation
That's
to
what
my
our
party.
daughters would do. Yeah.
Put it in your backpack, but please don't tell
They
anybody.
may see it.
Yeah.
And everyone's got an invite to a party from Daniel.
That makes sense.
You went to a different school.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, good point. She was really sly about that.
Yeah, it's not too early to teach your kids to have some empathy for people around you. And like I don't think you should guilt them into inviting somebody that they don't necessarily want there. People have got to be able to have a respite, and usually it's their home, and it's okay to maintain some boundaries in there. Right? Like, I don't have to invite people I don't like or who don't like me just to keep up with appearances. So,
And I want to clarify that we have a picture with Buva at my daughter's 16th
I was just
birthday.
thinking that, actually. I thought to myself, I was like, I think I was invited to some of
16.
our parties, actually,
I remember.
as a matter of fact.
okay, good.
That's just
Yeah, I was
for the
making a
record.
joke, but it ended up.
Sorry for all you guys who didn't get invited.
Ouch. Oh, man. My appendix hurts.
I feel so much better about myself now.
All right.
I guess the other consideration is that so it lacked tact, for sure.
Sure.
I think the Facebook post lacked some tact.
Yeah.
I also don't know if you're the world's manner police. Like,
Yeah.
So if they sent the invites to school and you weren't aware of this already, then the first thing worked, right?
Right, yeah.
And so
your kid didn't find out.
It's really the change of plans at the last minute. Maybe it feels like you don't know how to get a hold of everybody quickly. You're not sure maybe who your kid gave all the invitations to.
Yeah.
It may be actually they're like, I don't like this option, but it's the only one I have. I guess if you see a pattern of things and feel like you got to step in on it, I totally get that. I just don't know.
It's a weird
I
hill to
wouldn't say
die on
anything.
to be like, you should know the contact information of your child's friends.
But this is like preschool age, though.
Yeah, right. Like
So
this
of
is.
course you would know that.
But I
how
mean,
to use
maybe
the
the
big
most
texting
convenient
machine?
way to do it is this Facebook group because there's like 12 kids in the pre-K class.
Okay, this is not untrue, right? Like sometimes you think the people have more nuance and capabilities than they do.
Yeah.
But sometimes they don't own a fly swatter. They only own an elephant gun and they shoot it for everything. I like that is most of social media. Right? Like instead of having a nuanced targeted approach with the sniper, you're in there blowing tanks everywhere and be like, hey, everybody, here's all the things about me all the time. And so like some people just don't have the wit or tact about them to actually know the difference in the thing that you're saying. You know what I'm saying?
I just think it's important to not assume maliciousness. Just handle it with more tact than you think they've handled it after this.
Yes.
Even if there is malicious intent, like I'm glad what you've done is write a letter to Secular rather than like going on the tirade against the parents and making them all feel very uncomfortable in the situation. You probably did, of the options that you had, one of the better ones, which is not to make a big stink in your social circle with this situation.
I guess the only thing I would say is like a good thing to run by is like, is the person that you're worried about being harmed, were they harmed?
Sure, yeah.
Because they
in
weren't.
this case, no.
Right.
You
were harmed.
They just weren't. You perceive that they could have been.
Sure.
But they weren't.
Yep.
And so,
And as a special needs parent, I feel like this is something you're going to run into forever.
Probably.
Like over and over and over and over again. Your child is going to get passed up on opportunities, on social situations, and all this different stuff. If you go to war or allow yourself to have all the fire heaped on you every single time, I'm so sorry for how your emotional battles are going to go over the next 15 years. Like legitimately, like there has to be some level of resilience that you start to get here, or you're going to be buried emotionally forever.
That's right, because some of it is going to be actual, and then some of it's going to be perceived.
Yeah, if it's perceived, like you have to grow some thick skin in this. And I know that's not the advice that you're asking for here, but I certainly think it's understandable in this space because, like, you have a special needs child. This is not going to go away anywhere. Like these things are going to continue.
That's the thing.
Undoubtedly. By administrations, by social situations,
For sure.
by people in their life, there's going to be times when they're old enough that you're not there to be any level of social buffer or emotional buffer at this, that like you have to teach them a level of resilience here as you can, as you're capable of doing so. And I hope for your sake that you're able to start being like water off a duck's back within some of this stuff, because if by 4, which I'm guessing is the age here, we're still in this space where it's like my kid got passed up for an invite to a party, they don't know about it, but I do, and I'm broken. I'm so sorry. I can understand why that hurts, but I'm hoping for you that you can get to a level where this starts to get to a point where it goes, yep, this is par for the course, but I love my kid.
But that's like to Cass's point though, right? Like it's best to try not to live with some hope in your life, that it is
totally.
not like this. Because here's the thing, is like, you know, all the reasons that your kid has special needs and the things they struggle with. The other 4-year-old has no idea.
No clue.
They just know that kid's different and they're not very nice. And they don't know why they're not very nice. They don't know why they don't talk or why they don't look them in the eye or why do they scream randomly. Like, they have no idea why all these things are true. And so, like, you can't take this heavy burden of knowing the reason that, like, you're heartbroken is because you're looking at a future. And you're going, this will be a lifetime worth of struggle.
Sure.
But like at 4 years old, you can't be holding these 4-year-olds accountable. Like, the kid, in their estimation, is not nice to them and is not friendly. And they can't quite figure out how to communicate right or whatever the thing is that's blocking it. And so, like, I think you have to be really careful in like, you have to be the protector of your kid, but you also have to be the level setter of what you can expect out of the rest of humanity based on the information they have. Like, they don't know, like, them kids have no idea that the kid has special needs. They just know that it's different.
Yeah,
and it's not
they're
working
different.
right. You know
They
what I'm
act
saying?
differently.
All right, here we go. Secular's advice was, I'm with you 100%. Speaking for myself as an adult who was once a child who was excluded. For many reasons, parents should make a point of having their friends' parents' contact information. That information could be crucial in case of an emergency.
Speaking as a child who was once excluded.
Yeah.
What a weird way to level set that.
Yeah, right.
Like, that is just an odd stretch of empathy.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I get where your special needs child is coming from, and I can totally understand where you're coming from as a parent, because I too was once not invited to a party. I'm secular. I'm so not trying to no, yes I am. I'm absolutely trying to liken your life experiences or lighten your life experiences. That was ridiculous.
Secular
Sorry.
also didn't answer the question.
No, not at all.
Just said, hey, it is a good idea to have contact information.
You're right. They should have the contact
What if there's an
information for their
emergency?
friends. Yeah, you should know little Timmy's dad's number.
Dude, I have there's some kids that like I only have their mom's number, and I didn't have their dad's number, and I won't call a single like a woman I don't know. You know what I'm saying? If I haven't met them very often, I'll call a dad right out. I got zero problems with that. But like another woman that like I've maybe met once, I always have to find my wife. I'm like, well, you better call this gal. I don't do that. Yeah. You know. And so people always the kids will be like, here, let me give you my mom's number. I'm like, what's your dad's number? Well, I don't know. He works a lot. I go, I don't give a rip whether he works it or not. He's the guy I'm calling. So like, give me your dad's number.
What's your daddy's number?
And then I'll call the dad and I'm like, hey, you're supposed to come pick up this kid. They're like, I didn't know my kid was there. I go, not my problem. Your kid's still here though. Someone needs to come get him. Well, you should call his mom. I go, you should call his mom. I'm calling you.
Oh, Mike, you're fun. You're real fun in social situations. Did you know that? Has anyone ever told you that? I didn't think so. I didn't think anyone's ever complimented on your social ability.
You could use some tact.
Yeah, you should see him at a Panera Bread. It's the funniest thing you'll ever see in your entire life. I've almost had to leave a Panera Bread because I almost wet myself laughing.
You're
No ability to handle social cues at all.
You're listening to Live from the Path. I thank you for hanging out with us on this very fine evening or whatever time of day you're enjoying the program. Big thanks to Casson for joining us tonight. Thanks for coming in, man. Really
Thanks
appreciate
for having
it.
me.
Doors always open. And we're going to turn this thing over to you. If you got any feedback, hit us up on the Live from the Path complaint line, 515-517-0085. Call or text. We'd love to hear from you. And in the meantime, God, you should be faithful to meet. God will handle the ends. You've been listening to Live from the Path.
Virgin with the blood, the prophets cry. It cuts through the night. Let truth stand tall. Let wrong take flight. Olive trees weep, vineyards scream ash. The feast turns bitter, bread turns to trash. The rich hoard wealth, poor crushed to the dust. Walls built on lies, foundations of mistrust. You build your ivory towers, sit on gilded thrones, but the Lord sees all. Even hearts of stone. Woe to those at ease who sing idle songs. Your palaces crumble, you've been wicked too long. The lion don't whisper, it tears through the air. The Lord won't relent till justice is fair.